my name is Colby Sharp, fifth grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to my channel where we try to help kids fall in love with reading. I have found one of the best ways to do that is by sharing amazing books with them. That's what we're going to be doing today. If you are interested in learning more about some of the awesome books that I'm reading, consider subscribing to my channel. And then if you click that little bell, you'll get a notification anytime I post something new. You're not going to want to miss it because I'm always talking about amazing books like this, Alyson Gerber's Taking Up Space. Holy smokes. This book rocked my world. It's a story of a middle schooler named Sarah, and she loves basketball. It is so much a part of her identity and who she is. She loves it. It is everything. She spends a ton of time working on it, and like it's her dream, right? She wants to hoop. And the season has started and it's not going as well as she had hoped. She is going through puberty like many middle school girls do. And as her body is changing and things are happening, it's affecting her. She feels like it's affecting her performance and she isn't able to play the way that she has played in the past. And she is really struggling with it and she can't figure it out. And her mother has a lot of issues with food, and her mother doesn't have a lot of food in the house. It's not that they can't afford it. The mom just like goes grocery shopping like every day and buys like what they need for that day, but there's no like snacks. Her mother lets her know like everything that's wrong with all of the different foods, even foods like fruits and vegetables. And Sarah starts to go down a path of like leading towards an eating disorder, and she's not eating much at all, and she's losing some weight, and she's actually starting to be able to play basketball better again, which is like, oh no. And her friends start to notice, and then it comes to this moment in a basketball game where something bad happens to her that is directly related to what's going on with her eating. And I don't want to say any more about the story, but what I do want to say is this book is so important and powerful. And as a parent of 5 children, 2 daughters, 2 elite athlete daughters who do competitive gymnastics, it was just really eye-opening to how like fine of a line we walk with these sorts of things and these topics. And it was so helpful to me to just see like some of the correct ways to talk about food. And there are no bad foods, and there are no like foods are, I think Alyson uses like foods are immoral, and I love that, right? Like I've heard that be said a lot about money. Money is immoral. It's what we choose to do with money that decide, it's us, right? So I just have so many thoughts and so many wonderings, and it made me as a 39, almost 40-year-old teacher and person and human to think about like my own food issues, right? Like how I look at food and how I stress about my weight. And, you know, I'm 6 foot, 175 pounds, but in high school I was like 5'7", 210 pounds, 5'8", 210 pounds, and how that has been a struggle and a stressful thing to me, even as I have grown up and I'm pretty healthy now, but I still struggle and think about that stuff all the time and just like worried, like, am I going to pass these food issues on to my children, to my students? It's a really good book, and it made me think a lot. My brain hurt, and I'm thankful that Taking Up Space exists. I'm thankful that I got a chance to read it, and I actually know exactly what I'm going to do with this book. I'm going to buy another copy for myself because I need to have it in my classroom library. I need to buy a copy maybe for home. I could probably get away with taking my classroom copy home, but I'm going to send the copy that I have to the middle school. I know one of the middle school teachers there, and she's really involved in basketball and coaches at our high school level and has a relationship with all of the student athletes. And I just want to get this book into the hands of as many young readers, parents, and coaches as possible because it's really important. You're going to love this book. You're going to love the characters. The boy she's crushing on is amazing. Her friends are super interesting. Her coach is awesome. The basketball scenes are good. I am someone who is an absolute super passionate person about sports, but I often don't enjoy sports. Books that have sports in them when it's middle grade, just like, I don't know, like sports just aren't that interesting, I think, in stories a lot of times, like what's happening in like a middle school basketball team or like a little league baseball team. But this book, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed The Basketball Saints. I loved everything about it. Highly recommend, important. It's vital that we have books like this in our classroom libraries, in our school libraries, in our homes, in our public libraries. Please check this book out. It's so important. I promise you'll think about yourself, you'll think about the students you've had, and can make the world a better place and help a lot of kids. Taking Up Space, Alyson Gerber. Check it out. So good. My name is Colby Sharp. Thank you for tuning in.